Hello, everybody. I'm, trying to decide. I'm trying to decide how deep to go in the rabbit hole with you. And I think I'm going to start sharing a little bit more of some of the types of downloads I get. Because if they happen to me, then that means it's possible to happen with all of us. That it's simply some latent um, function of our awareness that we have access to, but our our attention has been suppressed from that, um, and separated. And to me, we need to tap into everything right now. There's something happening in the world. I don't think anyone what you think it means, there could be a lot of difference of opinions, but there's definitely something happening in the world. And so I'm going to bridge a couple of the topics and with my download. So there was something I forgot to mention when I had shown this drawing. So it, with Goethe's work on the light, he discovered that it has to do with the edge of between where the darkness and the light touch, and then the rainbow is created. But when the darkness is dominant over the light, we get a green-based rainbow. So green base is when the heart chakra is green. But when the light is dominant or primary, we'll say, over the darkness, we get this other sequence of the rainbow, which is, more of this magenta red. He kind of says it's red. It's like a magenta red. So it's a unique color of red. And I just wanted to share that when the light, is primary over the darkness, we get this rainbow. But when the darkness is primary over the light, we get the rainbow that we're most familiar with. So that is pretty significant. And something I never told you guys about, when I was a young child, about 12, I had a spiritual experience when it was summer and I went out in my backyard and I was praying, talking to God, talking to the angels like a little kid. And it was, what happened was, after, because I'd really opened my heart and I really, really was asking God, why was the world the way it was, and how deeply I wished with all my heart, that it could be a different place. And then what happened is I was outside and there was all the green trees, all the leaves were out. And I remember very distinctly magenta-like haze of this beautiful pinkish color began to express wherever there was green, everywhere. And I remember looking from the left to the right and it was just magnificent. It was beautiful. It was a little bit confusing to my child's mind. And then I remember as a child going, oh, God heard me, or the angels. And so that's how my little brain interpreted it, that I didn't understand, but that somehow it was a sign that my heart's desire had been heard. But so now that I've learned this, I wonder if when the Bible says, let your light shine, it's quite a few times where Jesus says that, is that we, through our heart, is a vortice or portal where the light shines through us into our reality, and then physically we can begin to see this, because it's an experience that I had. And now there's an explanation, a partial explanation for it. And, I think other people talk about this pink light And so that's, and so going back, to this drawing that I made, I don't know, but also if you fold it and you held it up to the light, okay, it would be the shape of a heart. It would be the shape of a heart. And I'm thinking of making this into like a decoration, to put on a pair of slippers. Because what I also seen is that this dot, that's sort of us. Okay? And what I imagined is that this is our awareness, okay? Our consciousness. And then first we hold a dream, like a dream in our mind. We dream the beautiful world that we want to see. And when those dreams and thoughts connect in our heart, through our heart, and then every step of action we take, it solidifies and becomes reality. So we have to walk the walk, and we have to dream the dream, and we have to feel the emotion of the beautiful way we know it can be. We know it can be. And so I wanted to share that with you. And then I really hope that that part about the light and the healing and the frequency is encouraging for you. But I'm going to show you another drawing. Now this is a little tattered, okay? But what sometimes I do when I've been practicing many different types of meditations, okay? And one that I started to do is like, it's based on breath work. So the Wim Hof method, and there's also Soma. And there's really something powerful in it, okay? For the effect that it has. It seems to allow your mind, or I think it's allowing the hemispheres of our brain to synchronize and exchange more information. So I went into this meditation. I really did the breath work with full commitment and intensity. And then I began to I had this, what happened is that night I fell asleep, and at 5 a.m. I was awakened with this incredible dream, okay, that was showing me all of this. And I got up because it was so clear, and I just grabbed a pen, because it seems that what happens sometimes is it fades. Like how we have our dreams and then we forget. Well, it was like that, and I knew, and it was just wow, wow, wow. It was so powerful. So I want to explain this, okay? So what came to me was that on this side, it was like I could draw that this would be light, okay, on that side. And on this side, it would be darkness or density, okay? And it was like one single particle of pure density that all matter is made out of. And the other side is this ultimate expansiveness. But if the two don't have each other, there'd be nothing. Because it would just expand into oblivion or condense into oblivion. And then what I began to see was that the consciousness is drawn almost magnetically to the particle. And the particle, so the contractive force of the density is what's helping the consciousness on the expansive side not expand to oblivion. So it's like the density gives stability to the expansiveness, and the expansiveness gives structure to the density. And then what I was shown was literally like each one of these descending parts was like consciousness portioning down into beings of awareness. And it was like the angelic beings. What I seen in my mind's eye was that the highest being that we can think of, like an angel, that their equivalent body is every atom in the universe, the smallest particle of the physical world, I was shown, in my mind's eye anyways, this is how I saw it, was the body of the angels. If there was a physical equivalence for them, that's what I seen. And then what I kept seeing is this portioning down, and then the planets, and then as the consciousness is drawn in, greater and greater physical structures are able to be stabilized, into planets, into soil, into minerals, into life forms. And so it allows that one extremely dense particle that is the equal opposite to pure expansiveness to break up into bits, but then organize into clusters, more and more and more and more to us. And then it was like I was showing that we are like this really unique point of awareness that is very balanced between this physicality and the consciousness, and that this separated awareness can dwell in us without us directly knowing that we're connected. But I think this is why we can have all of these supernatural experiences in our consciousness, because we are of it. But we are of both. We are half and half. And then, so what happened is I was shown, in my mind's eye, the next layer of order that's coming is that not so much that our physical body would change, but that the next layer of order was that more of us would come into a very clear understanding of the way it's working, and we would begin to self-organize on earth as living beings into a higher order, just like the cells self-organize in our body, that our physical body has reached, it's a really good vessel for operating. And it was not that so much that our body needs to change it, maybe the frequency needs to be a little higher, more light in, so we can have a greater amount of regeneration and healing occur. But that the next layer of order was us coming together. And I just wanted to share that with you. And I thought you might find that encouraging. And I think that all of us, with our unique life experience, we will get flashes of insight, and please don't dismiss them. Write them down, record them, draw them, save them, so you can share it with others, because it's almost like a jigsaw puzzle. So you could say that maybe that's what it is each one of us are one of the pieces, an organic piece of this larger order that we can form together. So I hope that's, maybe you have some questions on that. Please share any of your experiences. I'd love to hear them, really. I just really would. So, okay, everybody, have a fantastic day, and hold in your heart, hold the dream. Hold the dream. It's like we're copper wire, or wood, like the tree of life. Wood is brown, right? So that's what I'm saying. When these two forces commingle in us in a perfect way, maybe that's what the metaphor of the Bible is trying to tell us. So take care. Peace and love, everybody. Bye-bye.